A scarlet costume ejects from his ring, and in a blur of motion, police scientist Barry Allen becomes the Flash.
Hello, Internet! I'm back here with another video, and today I'm gonna mix things up a little bit. I know this is only like my third or fourth video, but mixing it up already. Today I am going to be talking about comic books. I love comic books so much. If you couldn't tell from my bookshelves right here, or from my very first video where I talked a lot about the comics that I was reading at the time, I love comic books and I love superheroes. So today I am going to be doing the mainstream comic book tag. I know this is like a super old one, but I was scouring YouTube for comic book tags that were around and I could find like barely none, and this one came up. A bunch of people did it like 3 years ago, so I said that I had to do it. It's super short and I'm super excited, so let's get right to it. Number 1. Favorite ongoing book with one hero. I would have to say it's probably, that I've actually read, is probably Batgirl. I love Batgirl. Barbara Gordon has a special place in my heart. I love her and I love her stories and I think she's so interesting and I totally want to be her. So I would have to say Batgirl is probably my favorite ongoing book with just one hero. Number 2. Favorite team book. It doesn't specify whether or not this is ongoing or not, so I'm going to go with not. Favorite team book is definitely The Authority, created by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. The Authority is like my all-time favorite team up, for sure. I am so glad that I discovered them like years ago and that they are now part of my life because I love them so much. They're so great. Number 3. Favorite hero. This is a hard one, I realized. I was thinking about this question and I was like, my go-to response is always the Flash, specifically Wally West's Flash, and he is definitely one of my favorite characters. But the reality is, I have a lot of favorite characters. So I would have to say my top 4 favorite heroes at the moment, most of which are always going on, are Wally West, Flash, Kid Flash, Jason Todd. Does he count as a hero? I count him as a hero. Jason Todd. Jaime Reyes's Blue Beetle. I love Jaime. And Midnighter. Definitely. So those 4 are probably my top 4 favorite. Number 4. Favorite villain. The Riddler. The Riddler. I don't even know if I could explain to you why he's my favorite because I'm not really even sure, but he's my favorite villain. Number 5. Marvel or DC? If you couldn't tell by all of my answers already, my answer is DC. Always DC. I have not read any Marvel comics. I only see the movies, and they're okay. DC is where my heart resides. DC Comics all the way, forever and always. Easy. Number 6. Favorite event. So this is actually interesting because this one's gonna come up 2 times. My favorite event to read and watch the animated movie of is probably Flashpoint. Why is it my favorite event? Because it's super cool to see just an alternate version of what could have been. I love seeing Thomas Wayne as Batman and all of that. I like this idea of Wonder Woman and Aquaman fighting and the Atlanteans and the Amazons going at it and kind of destroying the world in the meantime. So yeah, I love Flashpoint. I love the storyline. I love the book. I love it. I love it. I love the animated movie. It's so great. Alright. Just keep that in the back of your mind though. Flashpoint's gonna come back. And it's gonna be weird. Number 7. Least favorite book. New 52. Stormwatch. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 8. What book do you read that most others hate? I know that a lot of people, it's not their favorite from what I've seen at least, and if you like it, please let me know below because I don't hear a lot of good things about it. But it is Identity Crisis by Brad Meltzer. I really enjoy this book, this collection. I know a lot of people don't because they're like, it's really dark, and it is. So if you think you want to try it, just know that there's a lot of dark stuff, and be ready, or maybe don't read it if you don't like dark things. They're kind of shocking, but I really enjoyed it because I personally thought that it really showed the humanity of the heroes and what's really at stake in their lives beyond just being heroes, like their real lives as like people. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I also read it at a time when I was kind of binge reading comics to try to get caught up, and I liked how it was so different from the other ones that I was reading. So it kind of has a special place in my heart as one of those that was kind of like, yes, this is so good, this is refreshing, it's something different. Number 9. I can't count. Least favorite comic event. And now remember how I told you to remember Flashpoint was my favorite comic event? It's also my least favorite. And it's my least favorite because of what came after it. Because freaking Barry messed everything up by going back in time, because in the comic books, and this is why I almost like the movie better, because it doesn't happen in the animated movie, but in the comic books, he comes back and everything's different. A lot of my favorite characters don't exist, and New 52 happened, and I don't like New 52, and I'm really glad that it's gone and that they fixed it with Rebirth. So maybe that should be my favorite event, Rebirth, because they brought back Wally West, and Wally West is going to save the world, and I love him. Maybe that should have been my favorite, but I really do like Flashpoint, except for the very end when they ruin everything. So it's my least favorite in that regard. I said it. Number 10. Favorite comic jail. I'm gonna be honest, when I saw this question I was like, favorite comic jail? I don't know. Why would I have a favorite jail? And then I thought about it more. And some people that I was seeing were like, the Phantom Zone, but then I realized my favorite comic jail is Arkham Asylum because I love all of the Batman villains and all of the psycho stuff and psychology that goes on. So Arkham Asylum's gotta be my favorite prison, if you can call it a prison. I mean, technically it's an asylum, but it's really more of a prison. Anyway, so Arkham Asylum is definitely my favorite comic prison. So now's the point in the video where I'm supposed to tag people. I don't know who reads comics, and I don't have a lot of people to tag. So if you see this and you like comics and you're like, yes, I need to talk more about comics, please do this video and link it down below so that I can watch it, because I love comics and we need more comics on Booktube. We need more comic lovers. And if you do have a comic book page or you talk about them, please let me know below, because I would also like to know if you agree with anything that I said or disagree. Also let me know below. Basically, please just comment and let me know that you watched the video. And if you have any more suggestions of comic things that I could talk about, I would love to get back to you. So that's my video, and I hope you like it. I'll see you next time.